The Hun king of that era cherished stability as dearly as a grain of rice stored in the granary. He understood that a single year of peace for the people was worth far more than a multitude of praises inscribed upon the bronze drums. Such was the nature of the 14th dynasty. Not as thunderous as a storm, yet as enduring as the earth, silently nurturing an entire realm beneath the heavens. The 15th dynasty dawned upon a Van Lang already bearing the indelible marks of a distinct way of life. One unmistakable amidst the southern lands, surrounded on all sides by clouds and mountains. From the custom of beetle chewing, the practice of agriculture, and ritual sacrifices, to the resonance of the drums and the very architecture of their stilt houses, all gradually coalesced to form the visage of a people coming into their own identity. The Hun king of that era safeguarded this identity, as if guarding the very soul of the nation. For the loss of land can still be measured in footsteps, but the loss of one's soul leaves nothing left to call one's own. The ancients may not have articulated these concepts in words as we do today, yet the principle of preserving one's distinct identity amidst a world of differences was a wisdom the Hun kings grasped from the very earliest times. Thus, the 15th dynasty served as an invisible seal imprinted upon the national soul, ensuring that for countless generations to come, the people would continue to recognize one another through those seemingly small details that held a sacred significance. The 16th dynasty marked the moment when the winds along the borders began to howl with greater intensity. A warning to the nation that merely preserving its own identity was insufficient. It must also remain prepared for every shifting tide in the world beyond its borders. A nation that endures for ages cannot rely solely on the whims of fortune. It must rely instead upon the silent vigilance of those with the foresight to look far into the future. Though we lived in an ancient age, the Hun king of that era possessed the keen vision of a sentinel guarding a citadel at night. One who could scent the coming storm even before the first drop of rain had fallen, to ensure the tranquility of the tribes, the safety of the people, and to have anticipated every possible path of retreat and advance. This is the true depth of the art of statecraft. Later generations rarely remember the merit of taking preventive measures before a calamity strikes. Yet it is precisely this act of prevention that ensures the calamity never grows into a catastrophe. The 16th reign was, therefore, as precious as a sleepless night watchman, ensuring that the populace might slumber peacefully beneath their roofs. The 17th reign marked the moment when the long lineage of the ancestral dynasty drew near its close. The one seated upon the throne could not help but contemplate the day he would pass the mantle to the next generation. The true challenge for the ruler of a dynasty's twilight was not merely to retain the throne for himself. The far greater challenge lay in ensuring that when the throne was finally handed down, it still retained the undiminished spirit and grandeur of the ancestors. The home monarch of that era lived with the profound awareness that he was not merely governing for a single lifetime, but was instead maintaining the rhythm of an epic saga of ancient history. Consequently, his vigilance grew ever more intense, and thus the burden of preserving the dynastic foundation grew ever heavier. The 17th reign resembled the evening light upon a mountain peak, no longer harsh like the midday sun, but deep contemplated and imbued with profound reflection. It was precisely this depth that bestowed a singular solemnity upon the closing chapter of a dynasty's long